How's it going, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out something kind of new and different. This is called The Consolation of Philosophy, with the name of the song Vampire Metal Opera. I like that. It kind of lets you know there in the song title exactly what you're going to get into here, exactly what you're in for. But this is from the same folks that brought us Urania Fantasia with the song The Arcane Muse. I did a reaction to that some long while back, and it was a doozy. That was a wild one there, so I expect nothing less here. I'm ready. I'm mentally prepared for whatever they can throw at me, hopefully. And apparently this is kind of the first part's a bit of a short film, and then it's the song itself. So looking forward to this. Without further ado, let's jump on in and give it a listen, shall we? Rangers, go.
To pleasant songs my work was erstwhile given, and bright were all my labours then. But now in tears to sad refrains am I compelled to turn, and thus my maimed muses guide my pen. Ill is it to trust to fortune's fickle bounty, for he that is fallen low did never firmly stand. Never do the sirens of despair support those in sorrow by any healing remedies, but rather do ever foster the sorrow by poisonous sweets. Boethius, your voice, your spirit, it was never meant to lament the cruelty of fortune, but to transcend it in the light of philosophy. Remember the truths you once held dear.
Urania Boethius, a child of the light, possessed a voice that could stir the very fabrics of the ether. For within his soul lay divinity, the spirit of his anima, Fantasia, philosophy. Through eternal wisdom she guided him, and through the wonders of her voice he enlightened mankind. Yet, in a world of rigidity and order, his philosophy was rejected. Boethius was made to feel shame for his differences and forever bound to hide his true nature. It was there, in the shadows of this world, that the Zavaxians found him, offering not only liberation, but adulation. They celebrated what others had scorned, and in their dark, vampiric court, he found a place of belonging.
There is no reason for hating evil, for just as weakness is the disease of the body, so wickedness is the disease of the mind. I will give myself to heal their sickness.
The musical philosophy of Urania Boethius was a beacon of rare beauty in a world drenched in darkness. But even the purest light can cast the darkest of shadows in the fickle fragility of fortune's malice.
Mad fortune heedeth not the wail of hapless woe, but mocks the griefs that from her mischief flow. Such is her sport, so proveth she her power, and great the marvel, when in one brief hour she shows her darling lifted high in bliss, then headlong plunged in misery's abyss.
In the beginning, the darkness was not my master, but my refuge, my shield. When the world cast me out, it was the shadows that embraced me, gave me solace, and that's where he found me. Zavax, my savior, my god. He was my flame in the eternal night, for in him I saw the path to true strength, to the peace that forever eluded me. But the void is endless, and I am but a shadow among shadows in the dark majesty of his court. I need more power, more darkness. I needed to be seen, to be chosen, for I yearn for none but his favor, for his love. for his dark embrace to finally consume me whole.
Urania Boethius. His voice, my lady, is the key to your ascendancy. Devour him in sacrifice. Drink it from him, and you will receive the fortune you deserve.
Yes, Boethius. Your voice, your light. It is but a cruel reminder of all that I've lost. I will consume your essence, your power, and your swan song will be my ascendance. For in the deepest depths of your disparity, I will find the solace that I crave. Savax will see me, and in his embrace, I will have my peace at last.
Then conspiracy it will be. For once the court is turned against him, and he rots in the dungeons below, he will be yours for the altar, my lady. Let us see then if his philosophy can withstand true suffering.
Yes, we will break him. And when his light shatters, I will drink from the chalice of his soul. With his voice I shall rise from the ashes, no longer a mere servant of darkness, but at last, a queen to his vampiric majesty!
When wickedness rules and flourishes, not only does virtue go unrewarded, it is even trodden underfoot by the wicked and punished in the place of crime. Art thou that man whom I had bestowed such armor as would prove an invincible defense? Thou shalt discard thy lethargy, the usual sickness of deluded minds, and remember thyself. Recognize me, Boethius, for judgment is upon us, and the moment of fate draws nigh. For tonight, when angels weep for thee, thou shalt know what must be done.
And so Boethius was drawn by chain to the ritual chamber, from the dungeon to the crypt where his fate would succumb. There he was to be consumed in Allura's inferno, in a violent storm of fortune's hatred. A requiem mass was about to be sung. And so the light of one was extinguished, but not without purpose. For such a cosmic tragedy opened a great wound in the cosmos, in which chaos and darkness were brought upon the celestial sea. But with it came hope, and the course of all life was altered forevermore.
Wow. Once again, I was ready. I was ready, but holy cow! Once again, this just leaves me somewhat speechless. Just the sheer quality and epicness of it, and the storytelling aspect, and the visuals, and I mean, it's wow. This really was something else. And I, like I said, I was ready. I had very high hopes from this, but this even just exceeded any expectations that I had. I mean, wow. And what happened at the end? Is Urania gone? Did they destroy themselves to kind of destroy this dark, force, or this stop this ceremony of this vampire trying to gain this extra power? Was it like a sacrifice, in a sense? And is that what caused like this massive like energy rift that now is going to have consequences everywhere or something? And what's up with this Vaxius? Is that the name of this guy, this kind of ringleader, this man with the plan, if you will? Is he's still all right? Or did this kind of play into his plan to begin with? I don't know. Very interesting, very, very interesting. And this thing was like over 12 minutes long, but when it ended, I was sad. I was like, oh, why can't this keep going on? Like, man, wow. Just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Jeez. So, I don't even know where to begin with something like this. And I'll try to keep it relatively brief because, this is already like over 12 minutes of just reacting. But, the whole story element in the beginning was so intriguing and fascinating. It wasn't like one of those things where you're kind of sitting there just like waiting for the song to start or whatnot. It was so cool. I love the visuals and kind of the animations. It was nice. You kind of had that mixture of, like just the pictures, the images and stuff, but then like some movement in there too that looked really, really cool. It just, the whole thing looked neat. The settings, the backgrounds, the all the characters looked awesome. It was just so cool. And just the story was fascinating, especially if you've seen or heard the song, the Arcane Muse, Urania Fantasia, the Arcane Muse, seeing kind of how the story, I guess, kind of progresses with that character and stuff. And if y'all don't know, that's Pete Rockcliffe, that's his character here. And so he provides the voice. It was cool having the voiceovers, the narrations kind of. So he did that, plus also the singing for that character, and just glorious. Just glorious as always. And then, it's just really, really cool. So all the characters, the voiceovers and the vampire Lorish, she did such a really great job as well. With the voiceover, the narration. It was cool. It seemed like she really had fun with it, putting some cool little, spins on some of the words and really leaning into this kind of nefarious, wicked sort of vibe with the delivery and with an edge. And it was just done so well. And then her growls, like the heavy, the harsh vocals in the song, just sounded so awesome. It's so just really demonic almost. It's like the kind of sound you could just hear coming from like the depths of some dark layer, or something like this going on here. It just sounded so good. Such killer harsh vocals, growls going on there. And the combination of the two with Pete and Laura, it just sounded incredible. I mean, just so good. So good. So, I mean, vocals were just phenomenal. And again, I love the voiceovers. And that's not something that's easy, to really try to do that kind of voice acting with narration. But, I mean, stellar job here. So, yeah, the whole story leading up to it was fascinating and engaging and really cool. And then having some music kind of in the background, some kind of dark symphonic sort of music going on, just keeping things interesting instead of just having the voices. It was just done brilliantly. And then it all leads up to the song, which just, I mean, it packs a wallop. It's incredible. I mean, the orchestrations are insane, like just out of this world orchestrations here. It sounds so awesome. It really creates this grandiose, epic, dark, gothic feel, really sets the stage. I feel like the orchestrations is really kind of the core of the song itself. And then you have kind of like the guitars and like the drums and stuff providing that real kind of heavy driven dark sound, where the orchestrations, while gothic and dark and whatnot, they just have a grandiose feel to it. Really sets the stage, really kind of gives you the full extent of just what's happening here. Like this is like a big deal. Like these beings are larger than life and all of that. And so the orchestrations and the symphonics really sets the stage for that, not only in tone, but also just an overall sound. Again, just creating this landscape of sound and creating the feeling, really, kind of like the world through music. You can kind of hear what's going on, even if you didn't have the visuals. It's like that something serious is happening, and it's dark, and it's just fantastical, and I mean just almost evil, really. So it's just really, really awesome. The orchestrations were just glorious. And then you have like the guitars and stuff, like I said, with those riffs and the strumming, and then like the blast beats basically with the drums and stuff, really kind of adding a sense of urgency to the song and added heaviness, whereas the symphonics aren't so heavy, but like that adds like the heavy aspect of the overall musical sound with the guitars and stuff. And some of those spots, man, when it really hits, the guitars, like I love the tone of the guitars and the riffs. The riffs even just sound aggressive, and the drums, everything in that aspect just sounds so aggressive. Not just in sound, but even just like in playing. Like I picture like the people playing this, kind of like how they're portrayed in the video. These characters playing the instruments, I mean, they look like they're getting down to business. Like they're not messing around. Like there's some heavy aggression going into playing these instruments, and that comes through in the overall sound. And I mean, it just packs a wallop. When things really, really hit, you have the orchestrations going, you have the growls going, you have Pete, gloriously singing those high notes, and the guitars and the drums just blasting. It's just a cacophony of sound, but it just sounds so sick, just explosive and I mean, almost like it's just tearing a riff through this world. It's just that powerful. So everything works together so well to just sell the story, to sell the characters, to sell the vibe, to really put the listener in this story, like in the mindset of what is happening. It's so engrossing. It's just incredible. Like I said, the storytelling, the musicality, the vocals, everything just works together beautifully. I mean, just It's like the complete package. It's just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, I was thinking, I don't know. It's like I would want to see this like in a grand production, but that would almost be like a disservice. I feel like, because how do you capture that same essence in like a stage production or something that it's captured here? It's like almost too grand to even be captured in that sort of what's the word I'm looking for? That's that sort of anyway, just medium or whatnot. But wow. I mean, this was a real treat here. This was just beyond epic. Like I'm practically without words on this thing, and y'all are like, well, you haven't been for the last several minutes, but I am. I really am. Like, it's just wild, absolutely mind-bogglingly epic, incredible. Jeez, wow. I mean, it's an experience. I mean, at the end of the day, this whole thing altogether is just a full-on just experience, and that's something to be said. With various art forms combining to just create this epic experience. So really curious to see where this story goes from here. These folks really outdid themselves. And before I mention everything else, I'm just going to say right now, this is a fantastique. I mean, it has to be. Like, this is a fantastique right here. Just absolutely incredible. And for those of you who don't know, fantastique is the highest praise we give on this channel. For some that just completely just blows me away. This is a fantastique. It's marvelous. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. So there's no other word for it other than fantastique. So very, fantastique. But anyway, this is all like kind of part of the Love Anniverse universe, and it's a really, really cool project that y'all really need to check out. I'll put links in the description below, but it's this whole kind of world built around this like musical storytelling, and it's just really fascinating. Because they craft these epic stories, and it's in this massive universe, and different artists and musicians portray these characters in this universe, and they create songs to tell the story of these characters and all that. It's like a weaving of music and storytelling and art and many different things to kind of combine it as one. It's a really, really cool thing. So I highly recommend everyone check it out. And it seems like, they're really ramping up, doing new things and really getting to the next stage, I would say, of the Love Anniverse. But fascinating, and this was just absolutely incredible. So, wow, that's a fantastique. Anywho, folks, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this bad boy here. In all aspects, the musicality, the song aspect of it, the storytelling aspect of it, the art, all of that. How you feel? How do you feel after seeing and listening to this bad boy here? I mean, I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it. And if you haven't already, after this, check out Urania Fantasia with the song The Arcane Muse. It's lovely. It's a bit different, but it's lovely, and it's a great kind of precursor to get to know Urania. And I mean, it's Pete Rockcliffe just going berserk with his glorious voice in that song, just like he did here. So yeah, check that out, and check out the Love Anniverse. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.